Jairus, you did this. I love you, friend, but you did this. I sat up and I watched Kingdom Business, the whole first season, honey, and the 2 episodes that we have for this season. And y'all, I don't know. I'm not going to compare it to Greenleaf completely, but it was Greenleaf-esque. I'll say that. And I still think that Taj, is it Malcolm? Malcolm's son, Michael Jai White's character? I think it's his son. It's so messy. But y'all, this is going to be spoilers because I do spoilers. Somebody had something to say about that the other day. Yeah, every video I do is going to have spoilers. I'm sorry. In the initial impressions, I do try not to give so many. But anyway, let's talk about it. Kingdom Business. This is going to be kind of my overall thoughts and recap of season 1 going into season 2. Because, child, if y'all ain't got nothing else to watch, I feel like it's something to watch. It's quite entertaining. Now, I will say right off the bat, I do not like Rebel. I don't like her. I thought I was going to like her initially because I was like, oh, her quest for justice, about her friend. I thought that was like the best thing ever. But watching her character and her attitude throughout it, and it's not even the fact that she doesn't want to be Christian, whatever. It's more of the fact that she's got this kind of entitled chip on her shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And it's really off-putting, and it gets worse and worse as the season goes on. So here's the premise. Initially, we meet this girl, and she is dancing at a club, and she and her bestie are there, and they're kind of talking about, the friend is talking about kind of her discontent and her wanting to work on this music thing because Rebel sings, which is our main protagonist, and her friend writes, okay, Danny, she writes music. And so, you know, Danny's like, we need to get out of this club and start writing, you know what I mean? Because I can write, you can sing, we can make this happen. And Rebel's like, I like my life, you know, make my bands, I got my man, I got my place, I'm making X amount of dollars, I'm good. Kind of parallel to that, we go to a church and we see Yolanda Adams, honey, Miss Danita. And she's singing, and apparently she owns this record label, and she leads worship at her church, her husband's church, the bishop, who I knew was shady from the beginning. Just gonna say that. I knew he was a cheater. Okay. And then her daughter is the minister of music, and her son Taj works with her at the record company. He sings as well, but he really is about the production, right? He's got a girlfriend who is a secular artist, okay? But we're kind of meeting the family and figuring all things out. Well, honey, turns out there's more plots, schemes, secrets than you ever can imagine. Miss Danita and Malcolm, they were together. He actually kind of put her on deck, right? She was, I don't know, struggling, but she was an emerging artist and wanted to come on. Her family didn't approve of their relationship, so she ends up married to the bishop in almost what's an arranged marriage. But she and Malcolm have always had this love. Malcolm still has this unrequited love for her. Enter Rebel, who goes to the funeral of her friend Danny, because Danny gets... And so she sings a song that Danny wrote, and immediately someone's recording and it blows up, child, because Larry Reid Live is in it. It tickles me. And so now she's got this kind of acclaim, and Taj is like, I feel like God has called her. He presents it to Miss Danita. Miss Danita's not having it. And so he takes her to Malcolm, and Malcolm's like, okay, I'll work with her. Gives her a deal, $25K sign-on bonus, but she don't want to change nothing. She don't want to do nothing. But he's trying to promote her because he thinks that they think that she's the next big thing, right, in gospel music. Miss Danita finds out Taj was the one to present her because she doesn't want her because she's too worldly, you know. To do this kind of music, God needs to have called you, and you need to be living right. Meanwhile, Miss Danita is full of hell and is mean as a snake. And so we're kind of just watching the story unfold. Secrets are coming out. Come to find out, Rebel's mom was a singer. Miss Danita was in competition with her. And so her mom committed suicide, or so we think, but I don't think that's the case. Again, we're kind of going through. She's got this little boyfriend. She's still trying to investigate the crime on the low while trying to be this emerging gospel artist. And that's kind of how the first season goes. Second season, y'all, I'ma just say they didn't have to come out the gate like this. I thought it was so bizarre. The first episode opens up and it's after a tragedy, and we're like, what's happened? Okay, we see Miss Danita in what appears to be a coma. And baby, the bishop feeling guilty because y'all, I didn't tell y'all this, but he was screwing Danny. And it was on tape, honey. And he feels so guilty because the parents go to his church, honey, to tithe, offering, give it their whole life to the ministry. And he acted like he never knew the girl. So he gets up in the pulpit on a Sunday morning, admits all his failings, that he messed around with Danny, honey, and tries to unalive himself in front of the whole congregation on Sunday morning service. The daughter runs up because you can't do that. He can't do that. She pushes the gun, he pulls the trigger, and it shoots Danita in the stomach. So now she in a coma. I also forgot to tell y'all, Tamar's in it. She and the bishop was also having an affair, but she can't let a good thing go. So she still wants him. But I'm interested if in season 2, we're going to see Tamar try to get with Malcolm, because that was weird too. And so, yeah, the first couple episodes this season, again, we only have the first 2 episodes. I feel like it was extreme. It's an extreme way to enter the season. Rebel then went back to stripping because she didn't want to get baptized. Taj, broke his celibacy, honey, and he's getting bucky naked with his girlfriend, the secular artist. She placing rocks and crystals, praying to the universe around Miss Danita. Yeah, and we'll see what happens this season. I don't know if I'm gonna do it weekly, y'all. I might, so I can go into greater detail. But like I said, if y'all don't have nothing else to watch, Kingdom Business is kind of something to watch. But let me know if y'all are watching it, and if so, what you think about how they opened up season 2. Let me know, and I will see y'all in the next video.